Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I am Liz Quinn, your star Scentsy consultant. So today what I have for you is my monthly melting basket. What do I want to smell in April is going to be the question I'm asking myself today, and April's going to be a bit of a hodgepodge because I wanted some floral, I wanted some scents that are more, I'd say, musky and comforting, and then it just sort of randomly went in different directions from there. So let's start with my trusty box, and I do have a bit of overflow this time, so it should be more than just what you see here. But this is typically what I will go and start to make rows and kind of calculate and tabulate what I've got in my collection and what I want to smell, and then I pull all that and put it in here first. So the very first thing that's on my list is one of the Epcot collection new trio bars, and that is Honeysuckle Dew. I am loving this. It is so light and lovely and beautiful, and I just cannot wait to melt more of it. So I know that it has a little bit of, I think, lemon and some greens, but then it has mostly the honeysuckle, and it is sweet, it is light, it is delightful, it's so springy and perfect for the month of April. And this year, Easter's going to be late, so it's the end of April. So I was thinking sort of spring melting, mood melting, and definitely celebrating some Easter florals. So that one definitely checks that box. Now the next thing I have here is Wild for Wildflowers, which is a new release bar. I melted the first one, which was part of my sample kit, and I enjoyed it, but it's not really a cold weather bar. I think on a really nice sunny day in April, this will be very, very mood lifting and make me smile. So it has a little bit of generic wildflower scent, but mostly some yuzu, some bright sort of orangey mandarin, but very light and bubbly scent, and very nice. So that is super sweet, not too strong, but strong enough. Now I do like some pretty heavy hitting florals, especially rose. So there are a couple of those in here. One is Pink Lemon Water, which is an old bar. It was a scent of the month, and I think it was in one catalog, maybe two, but I think just one, for a spring summer season. And I really, really like this scent. So it's got a little bit of lemon, it's got a lot of sugar, and then it's got some rose water, and it is so pretty. Pink Lemon Water, it's pretty strong, lasts a decent amount of time, but isn't obnoxious unless you're completely sensitive to rose, and it's really good. So next I have a bar where I don't know whether I will melt that this month or next month, but I need to throw it in at least one melting basket to not forget about it. And that is Old Fashioned Lilacs and Violets, which is a just standout spring standard bar with Scentsy. It's very pretty. It's so old school. I mean, I don't think we have anything else in our roster in the catalog currently that's more old school than Lilacs and Violets. It's got that little bit of powderiness from the violet note and then all that beautiful lilac. And there will be a certain day when it'll hit me and I will want that old-fashioned gracious scent. So the Grand Millennial version of such is going to be the Sweet Pea and Freesia, which is new in our catalog. This is a lot sweeter. It's lighter. And it's still very granny to me in a beautiful way. And it just makes me really, really happy. So where the Lilacs and Violets is a heavier scent, even though it's a floral, this is light and sweet and just gorgeous, but also a super sweet floral that I cannot get enough of. The next one that I have here is Lush Gardenia, and this is another one of those where I'll probably throw this into this melting basket, maybe next month's. It is so good, but you have to be in the mood for a really super saturated, romantic, heavy, and heady tuberose and gardenia floral scent. This will saturate the whole house. It's an excellent performer. It lasts for a couple of days very, very well, and it just makes me happy. So those are the hard-hitting, heavy florals. So I've got a couple left. I do have, and then I never have the guts to melt it, one bar of Blue Hyacinth, and here's my argument that goes on in my head. I love this bar. I love to smell it. I would like to melt it, but if I melt it, I won't be able to put it in another video down the road. So I just keep holding on to this. Oh, but it's so good. Like, this truly smells like hyacinths, and it is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. This is an Easter Sunday. Reminds you of old-fashioned corsages and the big Easter hats and the formality of when I was a child and you'd go to a beautiful church service and there'd be lilies all over the church. That's that smell. Next here is a scent that I'll probably also include in some summer melting basket, and that is Hydrangea Bouquet, which is also in our new Epcot trio. I don't really love the succulent bar, but I like the other two. This is beautiful. Very light, but it is, I think, hydrangeas and a little touch of freesia. Good for a bedroom, super relaxing. It's hazy and beautiful, just like the color of the bar. That's the scent. So, it's just so pretty. Just do not put it in a large space. It'll get totally lost. And then I guess it's 2 rows of floral. I thought it was 1. The next one is Soft Plumeria, which was in the original Epcot trio. And I love this. I have quite a stack of bars. I don't have it in my club anymore. It's similar, but creamier and a little more lush and rounded, but similar to the Honeysuckle Dew that was the very first bar in this video. Oh, it's so good though. I love this. So I don't know, this might go in alternate warmers with Honeysuckle Dew. It's actually very good with wood scents because there's a little bit of teak in here. That's kind of strange, but it works. Another one that's in the catalog currently, and I think the next couple are catalog bars or they're Epcot bars. Heirloom Rose. This was one of the original Epcot bars. I haven't melted this yet, but this is just straight up authentic old-fashioned roses. So I guess that when I said the lilacs and violets is the most old school floral that we've got in the catalog, this one rivals that. It's just a newer bar, so my brain's not thinking quite like that. This is straight up garden rose without it being ridiculously aggressively heavy. It's strong, but it's not obnoxious. Well, if you like rose. The next one is the Garden Fresh Gardenia that's in that other trio that is available from the Epcot Garden Festival bars that are on the website right now. This is so pretty. This is an equal amount of greens and gardenia, so I will probably melt this in alternate warmers with lush gardenia, and it will give you that beautiful balance, but slightly more like you're walking through a garden with the greenery and the blooms, kind of a gardenia smell. It's good. So this you can get. If you really, really miss gardenia, get yourself some Garden Fresh Gardenia. It's good. It's good. And then the heaviest hitter, which I'm shocked is in the catalog, and I'm probably going to mix this, is Mint Fields. So you'll probably see this again in another video because I am mulling the idea of doing like a spring mix-it video. Haven't done a mixing video in a long time, but this, I had said in whatever video a couple weeks ago, I wanted to mix this with a really heavy vanilla bakery scent to see if I could get like a mint frosting cupcake. And I still mean that, so I'll try that in at least one warmer and see what happens and then go from there. But if you just want straight up garden mint, this is earthy mint. This is not like a mint candy. This is green mint sprigs in the dirt. This Mint Fields is so strong, and you should get some if you like that type of smell. It's so good. It's so good. It takes me back to my childhood where you'd go outside and my mom had this patch of mint, and if you've ever grown mint, you know it is scraggly, it's unruly, it's bossy, it gets out of every container you ever put it in and just corrupts the entire garden bed. That was next to a bramble full of raspberries, and it was sort of off in this sad little side part of the yard, so I would pick the raspberries and then munch on the mint leaves, and it was great. So this definitely brings me back to part of that memory, for sure. All right. Next row, we're finally transitioning out of heavy florals. I rarely melt good old-fashioned black raspberry vanilla, which is a bestseller with Scentsy and an excellent all-around smell. Typically, the only time that you hear me discuss this is when I think I need to do the tester review of the changeover of the catalog, and then I'll remember that this is a scent that we sell. Which is really too bad. It's just that there are so many other things that are always coming down the pike that I want to, test those out or remind you of something or whatever. So this pour bar, which is a good one, gets woefully neglected on my channel. It's black raspberry, yes, and it's vanilla, yes. It's mostly the raspberry. It's a good, jammy, nice, just middle of the road smell with a little bit of class from the vanilla in the background. And I just do not give it the dignity or the respect it's due. Try this if you're making an order and you've never thrown it in. I don't think anyone will be offended. It's a good company smell, and there's a reason that it sells a lot of bars. The next one here is called Moon Orchid. This was new release last spring, summer. It's really good, especially in a bedroom. And this is the sort of scent where I think giving it a year to mellow and chill has helped. because there was a little bit of a sharp edge on it when you first melted it last year. The longer that it was in the warmer, it would develop and it lost that edge and it got really rounded, and it's sort of a sophisticated purple Scentsy style bedroom perfume smell. There is, if you melt a lot of different kinds of wax from different places, this thing with Scentsy and their purple bars. Please leave a comment if you know what I mean. Over the years, they've made so many. They are sort of subtle, seductive, like each one's different, but they follow the same profile. And this is the newest one of those, and I do love them. So we had what? Midnight Black Coconut Orchid, Tahitian Black Orchid. Help me. There's a name for another one of these that is hard to get to throw very well in the room, but we'll have it and bring back my bar occasionally. There's another one actually on the table that I've got called Ode to Opulence. That one doesn't have a problem throwing. There are so many beautiful purple bars, and you have the purple pink ones like Quiver or Pixie, and I don't have those in this melting basket, but this bar has heritage is what I'm trying to tell you. It's a good one. So then the next one is a bar that was in the fall winter catalog a couple years ago, and it was a hit. Then it was in the spring summer catalog and fall winter, and now it's gone, and that is Dashing. So this one I know was like a creamy vanilla, sandalwood, bergamot, and wood fresh night air. It's so good. I had it in my club for a while, but I just don't melt through very much of it, so I pulled it. I've got a couple bars left, and of course when that's done I'll cry, but yeah, Dashing is good. It was a very sophisticated scent. I think it probably would sell better for fall winter if they ever were to bring it back again, but I just think that sometimes a cozy rainy April day, I need something like this. So to go with it is one that is still in the catalog, and this would be the more feminine version of it. This is called Evening Sky. I love this bar. It is so good, and this goes well with Moon Orchid too. These sultry, sophisticated scents here. Oh, this is so good. It's lighter than Dashing. It's got like vanilla, and I may be completely off on the notes in Dashing now that I'm thinking about it, but it's a good, creamy wood and complex, almost masculine smell. That I can tell you for sure. But this one, this has vanilla. I think it's got jasmine and bergamot. Oh, it's so good. Try this in a medium to small space if you haven't ordered one. Maybe get it at the same time as Moon Orchid, which should probably go in bedrooms. And you will love these. They're very good. I did this in the basement almost a month ago. I was shocked at how much I liked it because the bars have improved, both of them, with curing over the course of a year, and I wanted to get more. So here's a bar that is very obscure. It was in our Mardi Gras collection a couple Januaries ago. This is a weird one. This is supposed to have beignets, a smokiness, a vanilla quality. It's mysterious. They'll actually go really well with Dashing. And again, I don't know why the mood struck me that I wanted these in April, but they're in here, and they're all sort of musky and sophisticated and serious and ethereal bars that I can't really peg for any specific time of the year I want to melt them, and now sounded good. But next, I did pull a few bakery bars. Not very many. I have one full bar left of what I think was one of the better Scentspirations Mix-It type collections we've had. When we did Go-Go Mango, the mango shortcake and also the mango margarita one, oh my gosh, is that good. I miss that bar. But this one, this is a really nice spring bakery. So it's got a strawberry shortcake type layer, but then the fruit, instead of it being strawberry, is mango. And it's really nice. So when I'm craving something bakery, I just like the Blue Hyacinth bar. It's my last one, so it's a to melt or not to melt, that is the question thing. But if I'm really craving it, I just need to do it. And this has a beautiful, lovely, fluffy buttermilk biscuit, almost cupcakey type bakery note, and then all that juicy mango. Here's one that's in my club that will stay in my club for probably forever, Apple Cherry Strudel. This started out as a fall bar, ended up in the catalog year-round for a while, and I just never get tired of it. It is so good. It's the best juicy cherry scent Scentsies ever made, in my opinion, and they've made a good number of cherry scents. My favorite bakery scent when it comes to a combination of fruit and pastry probably ever. It's got some apple. Probably if you were going to give it a month, its month should be September, but I melt it all year long, and it just makes me so happy. So then bakery that's a little more seasonally appropriate. I do have our new Lemon Heaven, which I will be talking about in the What I've Been Warming as far as a comprehensive review, and then Lemon Coconut Chiffon, which I have a couple bars left kicking around in my collection. Oh, this lemon coconut chiffon, old school Scentsy Lemon Bakery. It's over the top and decadent in all the best ways. I took it out of my club because it is a little over the top. It's a bar where I crave it, I warm it, and then I turn the warmers off, let the room settle, and then turn them back on again because it's a lot. She's a lot. Oh, but it's so good. It's buttery, it's fluffy, chiffon, cakey, it's lemony. And then that custard, oh, so good. So this is definitely a favorite, but this new Lemon Heaven is similar without it being quite so over the top. So it's like they took the best parts of the coconut lemon chiffon and they just tailored it a little bit. So this lacks that huge buttery thing that the other one has in its throat. But it still gives you that gorgeous, delicate, custardy lemon, and then it has a little bit of almond. I am in love with this. I'm putting this in my club. It's deliciousness. But if you are looking for performance, the old school lemon coconut chiffon is stronger. I could do both of these on the same day, but it would keep them in separate rooms. With certain scents, I alternate warmers throughout the house. This would be a keep them in their own space because the chiffon one will steamroller the Lemon Heaven, but get the Easter Trio or do a club shipment just for the Lemon Heaven if you desperately miss the lemon coconut chiffon. It'll come close. All right, next here I have a couple of vanilla type things. Chamomile vanilla. This is a really nice, soothing, good rainy day with a book and a cup of tea kind of a smell. This was in our special, we had a special collection last spring that I can't remember the name of, but it had to do with mental health awareness, I believe. Very nice collection with a lot of herbals, and this was my favorite. I kept it in my club for a few months to get a stack. It's an even amount of the chamomile and the vanilla, and it's herbal without being sharp, and it's just so comforting. And then one that's in the catalog that I love, love, love is our Very Vanilla, and this could go with anything. Now, when I was talking about mixing a vanilla scent with the mint fields, when I want to make this like bakery cupcake thing, I think vanilla bean buttercream would be far more appropriate because this will just totally get lost. That mint fields is so pushy. I do have some Teddy B's vendor wax that's a very, very frosting forward vanilla, and I think I'm actually going to try that first, and if that's too much, then I'll back it down to some Scentsy wax. But this vanilla is good with many things that wouldn't be too pushy, either mixed or on its own. This is a bedroom scent for me. The elegance of it is just, I can't even describe it. It's my favorite vanilla Scensy's made because I loved the original, Simply Vanilla. And I also had vanilla cream. I kept those in my club for years. But this one's in the catalog, and it's got this extra little tonka bean musk frill to it, almost like a little bit of lace. Oh, I love it. So, makes me very happy. If you haven't tried this yet and you are a vanilla lover, you are missing out. Very Vanilla is excellent. Okay, that's all I've got with that. Now, I was kind of craving some citrus in April, so I've got a few things here to think about. One of them is called Yuzu Dragon. This was in the last BBMB. Oh, it's so nice. This is sweet and bright. So I don't remember all the other things that are in it other than yuzu, which is a Japanese citrus that's on the brighter side. It's kind of bright and light. I believe there's yuzu also in that Wild for Wildflowers bar that was at the beginning of the video. It's just happy and it's juicy without being too fruit punch. So I'm looking forward to melting that. And I think that would be excellent on the same day as key lime and grapefruit, which is stronger. The key lime and grapefruit's in the catalog and it's zestier. Yeah, this has a lot more lime. It's got zest. It's got not quite pepperiness, but definitely that acidic, citrusy pop. So that's probably the grapefruit balancing the key lime. Excellent smell. This is great on a day when you want to freshen up the house, and it's just super good. And then if you really want the neighbors to know you're melting Scentsy, put in some rainbow sherbet. This may be a bar I've had for a bit. Because this is one, oh man, this makes me feel like I need to be about 7 years old, have the slip and slide out, have a bowl of sherbet, and you're running around on the grass, you know, and you've got, when you're playing slip and slide, it's not as much fun as swimming, but it's its own kind of fun because it's kind of gritty, you know, you get, as a kid, you get like dirt in your bathing suit and you've got grass between your toes and you get a few bruises because the slip and slide's on not something that's nice and soft. It's grass, but I lived on the lake and we had sprinklers, but we still weren't like the poster child lawn care people. And there were all these bumps in the grass, right? And then you would get bruises on your stomach, but you had such a good time. Somehow I got all of that out of a bar of rainbow sherbet. It's just, some things just, they jog your memory and you are back there. And we still need to make a scent. Somebody does, either vendor wax or Scentsy. You've got to make a scent that includes the smell of hose water or a sprinkler. A child's playtime out on a hot day where there's the water, there's the well water smell, there's the dirt smell, there's the grass smell. I don't know what to call it, but we have to invent one of those. It'd be amazing. Okay, I digress. So a little bit more that is citrusy. I have half a bar here of Be Fabulous, and I typically only put whole bars in my melting baskets, but this has been sitting in my collection for eons. It's a really, really good smell, and I just need to melt through it. So this is a limoncello and grapefruit scent, and it's really good, and it's been sitting in this bin in my basement for forever. So my commitment is to melt this, maybe on the same day as the key lime and grapefruit. That was a really, really good bar back in the day. Here's one that was just in BB&B, Ode to Opulence, and this is one of those purple bars, but it's one of the ones that throws the best. And it's so exotic. So this has coconut milk. It's got an orange, but more like a perfume orange rind rather than something that you would eat. It's more of a perfumey smell. And then these dark fruits. And oh, it's just so good. This is one of those profiles that Scentsy does better than most. Just deliciousness, and I'm excited to melt that. So, since it just seems like I have squeezed almost all of the Epcot garden bars that have ever been into this melting basket without meaning to, Hibiscus Sunset is currently available. This is the summariest of any of those bars. Oh, this is so good. So, I'm not sure that there's pineapple in the notes, but this smells like hibiscus, strawberry, pineapple, and juiciness to me. This could go in a June or July melting basket just as well. It's a gorgeous, tropical, fruity, happy scent. So good. Great performer, too. All right. I have a couple of pink bars here. The old Love and Kisses mini that was in some Bring Back My Bar, not all that long ago, I think a summer one a couple years ago, is a very pretty, frilly, feminine scent. It's a fruity floral. I don't really know exactly what's in here. It seems like there must be some freesia or something of that sort, and definitely some sweet berries, but it's light and bright, and there might also be a little bit of stone fruit in here too. Really, really nice. And then I could do in rooms where it could be a little stronger, because that usually needs to go to a medium small zone, hibiscus pineapple, which is in the catalog, and I haven't melted it yet this season. This is so good, and this is another one that would make a good summer melting basket that's more focused on tropical scents. It's got mandarin, it's got hibiscus, it's got almost like a creamy wateriness that's very consistent with Scentsy's tropical profiles. It's a good bar, and I'm glad that it's still in the catalog, because it does get overshadowed by other things at this point. I think people forget about it because it's been around for a while. So order a bar of hibiscus pineapple if you want something that's going towards summer, but it's not like full-on tropical, like maybe Coconuts for Coconuts, which I don't think I put that in this basket, but I was thinking about it. That's more like a June, July bar. Okay, what else do we have here? Oh my goodness. Being that it's April, and April showers bring May flowers, and we had sneak peek as consultants of things that are coming our way in the month of April. We're going to have a very nice Mother's Day trio that'll be coming in a couple weeks, and then I think toward the end of the month, if I have the name of the collection right, I think it's called Petals and Puddles. So, April showers bring May flowers. How cute is that? They're all blue bars. It comes in a beautiful blue kit, and there will also be the availability of fragrance flowers in the matching scents. So that kind of jogged my memory that, I have a lot of fresh bars that I'm not melting through. So I pulled a few, one of them being Thunderstorm, which I will cautiously melt some of this. It has been an enemy of mine over the years because it can give me a headache. It's Rain and Roses on steroids, and it almost smells a little bit like carnation. But this is a classic bar that comes back in BB&B time and time again. And I know it's good, and it definitely smells like spring to me, so we're going to try it. And if it doesn't work, we'll give it to older daughter because she loves this one. So then another watery scent that I have a couple of is Dark Harbor. And this was in the exotic section years and years ago, and we had what was like a travel and faraway lands part to the catalog. I mean, this is a long time ago before I was a consultant. We had Spice Bazaar, we had Taj Mahal, we had Dark Harbor and Amber Road. Oh, it's so good. And this is another one where I wish I could have kept it in my club, but you can only have so many bars. But this is a warm and watery, almost cologne-y but not quite, complex scent. Oh, so good. So I will look forward to melting this for sure. So then one that I've kept in my club for a while now is Summer Rain. Oh, this is so good, you guys. And I could melt this April, May, June, July, whenever. But I forget to tell you about it. It's got cyclamen, black lava salt, and beautiful, sweet summer rain qualities. It's a gorgeous bar that not all that many people, I think, are familiar with. So that's a good one. And then my very favorite aquatic of all time that Scentsy does, Atlantic Air. This has been in my club since they pulled it. We still have By the Sea, and we do have some other very nice scents that are mixtures of aquatic and other things. But there's something about this bar that I just think is the gold standard. It had a little bit of orchid and beautiful, delicate sea salt air and water. It's just gorgeous. It throws well without being nauseating or overpowering. You'll probably see this bar again in my melting basket when I do a lot of aquatic things in July, because I tend to kind of have a pattern now, and maybe I should mix this up. I did this time because April is a very ad hoc basket, but usually I'll just do sort of a really happy, springy, all florals thing, and I'm like, no, I need more things in my life than that this month. So anyway, usually the aquatics are July because I'm thinking of going on vacation and summer swimming and all that kind of stuff. But I just needed some Atlantic Air in April this time. What's left? Okay. I have a couple of fresh bars here. One of the other ones from our Easter trio is prickly pear flare. And I'm not sure if I love this, but I like it. I will do a larger review in what I've been warming of all three of the bars that were Easter trio, but it's kind of like a sweeter version of prickly pear and agave from back in the day, and it's pretty good. It can get kind of strong though, and then one time I melted it so far. I may or may not actually use this, but I put it in here. Then fresh in a different way is good old Provence lavender, which was a really exciting bar last summer when it was a scent of the month. Now it's in the catalog as our lavender choice, and this would be good mixed with Squeeze the Day. This would be good mixed with lemon sorbet. This actually might be good mixed with mint fields, because you could do like a lavender and mint thing. That might actually be a really good idea. Probably 2 cubes of this to one of the mint fields. It's a good heady perfumey lavender. Very, very nice. And then one that's a little more medicinal that I think was also in the mental health awareness last year was rosemary and mint. This is soothing. This is strong. Not quite just breathe strong, but it's getting up there. And it's just a good bar. It's different. So I would need to be in the herby mood. And this could be done with the mint fields. Warmer to warmer. The neighbors would smell both of them, but this could be very nice. The rosemary just grounds it a little bit more than the mint fields. And what else do I have here? Some bars that I don't know whether I will want them this month, but every now and then you need some good old vanilla oud, which is the crown jewel of my club, I think. I know that I love my Cozy Fireside and a few other bars that are personally very valuable to me, but this bar has not been available for quite some time, and it's just one of those that we keep hoping in Region 1. Scentsy, if you ever watch my videos, please bring Vanilla Oud back for the general public in Region 1, but we just can't seem to get it voted back or get it for anything. And it's beautiful. So it's super sophisticated oud wood, leather, and vanilla, but it's vanilla in the sense of it being almost like a gentleman's club, you know, where you've got the big chairs, the leather chairs, and there's no real smoke or cigar thing going on here, but you just think of English gentlemen sitting around smoking their cigars, sipping their brandy. That's what this is like. Oh, it's so good. And then if we want to go a little more American and rustic, Hometown Cowboy, which is a favorite of mine for, this is leather and richness with wood, and then some masculine cologne, but not too much. I melted this the other day just to make sure I needed to keep it in my club. I need to keep it in my club, even though you can get white amber antique. It's so good. It is a very masculine scent without being cold or too much of anything. It's very balanced. I'm really surprised this never came back for anything other than that one collection. It was, in the Open Plains collection several years ago in August. It's a really good masculine Scentsy bar. So, last but not least, again, this was just a day where I was in a weird mood. I would typically melt something like these in August, but I threw them in here because I just wanted something warm and earthy. So the Desert Twilight is brand new. You can get this in the catalog. Haven't talked about it much because I am thinking it's mostly going to be a late summer kind of, we're almost ready for fall, but not quite bar. This has saguaro blossom, and it has sandalwood or amber, I think sandalwood, and desert clay. And it's really good. It's going to give you an earthiness and a warmth and a toastiness that nothing else here on this table would do. And we recently had in a BB&B Sedona Sunset. I have a bar or two of this kicking around, and I know this one's got some coconut milk and desert florals and things in it. So it's a little more feminine, but it still has that earthiness. It's very, Southwestern. Both of these bars are. So, who knows? I may have a day where I want to melt these two. So, this is Elizabeth with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents with my rather ad hoc April, mostly florals and then a few other additions, melting basket of what I want to smell in the month of April. Yeah. So, God bless, guys. I'm going to get off. Bye-bye.